Well, good evening, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is going to be a live event, but it's also going to be recorded. And it's like I actually like sitting here. It's more comfortable. I've got the window open, so over there it's a little bit more hot. So this is nice. It's a great place. The microphone is a really good quality one, so I don't need to worry too much. The camera is great on the. It's an old computer, but it's still fine, still works fine. So yeah, once kind of like every year or sometimes twice a year, we've been working on doing live events, which is hooked up to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. So I'm going to put www.P.E.H.academy.com. P.E.H.academy.com. So if you don't know who I am, and this is the first time you've met me, hello, welcome. Yeah, the crazy healer. So a little bit of a background. Many years ago, I started walking a path of learning how to heal. Fantastic path. And healing was phenomenal because when you learn how to heal, you learn how to heal yourself. So it's incredible how it works. It's absolutely fascinating. I often ask myself, if I wouldn't have done these 2 decades of healing, what would I have been? What would I have become? Who would I be now? And I think I'd be probably crazy by now. I've probably lost the plot completely and gone into full mode program and just regurgitated everything that mainstream media told me. But because I became a healer and I started to see things that we don't really spend time seeing, we're too busy eating, drinking, sleeping, and working. And when you start to see and also read in between the lines, it becomes evident that everything that we've been shown out there is completely a lie, wrong. It's back to front, inside out, the wrong way around. Everything that you've been told, everything that you've been taught, all your history, everything about health, everything about well-being, everything about spirituality, everything about religion, everything about history is a lie, and a lie purposely created for those that control the world. And it's controlled to this day by propaganda, basically lies. Propaganda is lies, manipulations. So becoming a healer, you start to smile and say, no, that's totally wrong. That's a lie. Why? Because this is why. My experience is showing me why. And by being a healer, it opens you up to things that you would never have seen. So when people say to me, I want to become more enlightened, I want to become more spiritual, whatever that means, I want to feel happier, I want to feel inner peace, they ask me what to do, and I say, find a healing modality and start to heal. And you'll find that over time, you'll look back in your life and realize how important those healing sessions were. So there's two sides of Mark Bajerski. One is called markbajerski.com, which is all about the tools that I worked with as a full-time healer. And because I loved them so much and I worked with them and worked with their energy and worked with energy of, I believe, threefold energy. I won't go too much into detail, but all of these energies combined had a long-lasting effect, which I call a memory, that goes into tools, crystals, oils, incense. And I spent, like at least 5 to 10 years finding out everything that I was working with wasn't any good, until the point where I found out what did work. So everything on markbajerski.com is an extension of my work, everything. I don't put anything on there that I haven't worked upon and I don't fully trust 100%. I have to trust in everything that is on that website because it's an extension of myself. So that's pretty good. I don't need to worry about that. We've got like 15 staff working at markbajerski.com all over the world. We're busy every day. People go back to that website all the time because they love it and they like to buy crystals, oils, and incense. So that's kind of amazing how that organically happened without any advertising. And to this day, it's amazing. I think this morning we dropped down to 73, 74% returning clients, but that's still amazing. We're normally at like 80, 82, 83. That's pretty amazing for returning clients. So that should tell you everything about the products. They're good. They are good. If I was to become a healer again now and start healing again, what would I do? I'd go straight for the stuff that I sell. Of course I would. So that's that. And there's another side to me as well, and that's also connected to the healing modality, which is called pure energy healing. So pure energy healing became something that people were interested in. It wasn't something that I wanted to make, or I didn't have a vision of making it, but yet we are now into the thousands of people worldwide who are pure energy healing practitioners certified. And how did this happen? Just by healing. Just by healing. After a healing session, people would ring me up saying, I want to know what you did. And I'd say, well, I can't really explain what I did. Well, I need to know. And I'd say, well, it's difficult for me to explain what I did. Well, how do I get to know? And then eventually so many people asked me what I was doing. And I'm like, I was kind of frightened to be able to say anything because I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to get anything wrong. I don't want to say something that you're going to say, this doesn't work. So, 10 years ago, whatever it was, I decided to say to people, well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll invite you for a day in my humble little healing room. And what I can do is I can show you what I do and I can talk through what I'm doing and I can share all my tools that I work with. So I did the first one I did actually was more for people who were really interested, but not that interested that they want to spend all 4 days, or it was 3 days then. So I'd give like this introduction of 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock and an hour dinner break, and they'd go and they were so happy. They learned so much. They used to say to me, my God, you don't hold back, do you? And I say, well, I've only got this many hours to try and cram in as much as like 15 years of experience of healing every day to give to you in these few hours. I'm not going to be able to do it, but at least I can try and tap into what I'm feeling. And I found that every time I did these little tiny 1 day courses, that they'd be different every time. So it's like, I remember people say, don't you get bored? I'm saying, no, I don't get bored, because every time I do it, there's something new. And people would say to other people, oh, you never told me that. And they'd say, oh, you never told me that. But they all were fascinated with each other's conversations. Of course, I can't tell you everything. I can only tell you what I'm feeling at the moment and what I'm working on, what I remember as past healing sessions and what my customers used to tell me. So it was all real. It was all experience, what I was sharing with people. But now you're actually there in the presence of the healing session. So I had three lovely souls: Barbara, um, Gunilla. Um, can't remember his name. But I had three, and they would come, and I'd say, "Look, would you like a free healing session?" But the thing is, there's some people going to be there watching, and they'd say, "Yeah, I don't care." It's like, I'm going to save myself €80. So they'd lie there and they'd get the full healing session. They'd fall asleep, and then I'd start sharing what I was doing. So I wasn't actually teaching. I was just doing a healing session. and they'd watch and I'd explain what I was doing and what I was feeling. And from there, these beautiful people were saying, I've got some friends and there's 3 of us and we'd love to come and learn more. So I said, well, all I can do is maybe 2 days perhaps. But because I'm not able to charge for my clients, then I've got to charge for the 2 days. So it's better if there's more than you. So then it became like 4 or 6. So then I'd work out the price of 6 and the price of healing sessions for the 2 days and say, this is what what I'll charge. And then you all chip in together and that will pay my wage, which means that I can pay my mortgage and the shop. And so everybody was happy. And that's how it started, 2 days. And then I started doing like once every month for the 2 days. Then it became twice a month. And then people were saying, we want to learn more. So then it went to 3 days. And the price then was about, I think, 800, something like that. If you want to do a course for 3 days, it's 800. So it wasn't cheap. But then I had to cover my costs as my clients would come every hour, and I'd get 120 euros, 160 euros an hour, depending on what I was doing, if it was heavy cleansing work. So, that was my cost. That's what I charged. And I was full. Every time I did it, I was full. Every time thought somebody says, oh, I'd love to do a course, I'd say, well, I've kind of created something for 3 days. And they'd say, what does it entail? And I'd say, well, the first day, it's all about the tools that I've worked with. So I share all my truth about tools and how they work in the field of healing and self-healing. The second day would be me showing you how I heal and mid-morning. And then in the afternoon, you would then start to heal with me. So we'd heal together. And then the next day, it's full on. We're just going to heal all day long. And then mid-afternoon, we'd stop. And then I'd give a long talk for 2 hours. And then it'd finish. And people used to walk out and say that was the best 3 days of my life. It just changed my life. And many people said it over the years. It changed their life. There was something that they experienced, nothing to do with me. It's what they experienced. Maybe I cleansed the room a little bit and made it feel nice, got the nice energy. But there are points where something happens in that room, in that moment, in those 3 days that just became so evident that people's lives would change. There would be sickness. There would be huge headaches. There would be tears. There would be new understandings and the life changed. So it'd be physically, emotionally, and mentally full change in 3 days. And then we came up with this idea because of the jibby jab and everybody being imprisoned in their home as a cult sacrifice. Basically, we were all sacrificed. We were all being sacrificed in a house. We were all being tortured in a house, which creates the energy for evil to feed from. And that's why they do it. It's constant 24/7. Everything that you see on the mainstream media is purposely made so that you feel sick, ill, depressed, and that you go for your medicines and then you're sick for the rest of your life. Then this is what they want to create predominantly. If they can't do that, they're gonna punish you, and that's what they try and do every day: punish you. So they punish you legally, which is illegal, and that's how it all works. So how do you get over that? I was thinking, how can we get over that? How can we get over this imprisonment and feeling so bad? So I took it on myself that I'm not going to enter into this nightmare world, and we're going to create something. And this time we're going to create it for 4 days. 4 days of healing, learning how to heal yourself, learning how to heal animals, learning how to heal from a distance, understanding the path of healing, understanding yourself, know how to heal yourself, start to ask questions about yourself, start to understand the power within you, start to feel things that you've never felt before. People call this activating all the power points. Some people call them chakras. How to focus on certain feelings, how to feel your client, how to feel yourself without touching them, how to embrace your client, how to embrace yourself, how to have respect for yourself, how to have respect for your client, how to prepare a beautiful room and turn it into the most healing room you've ever been in, how to embrace clients walking through the door, how to welcome them, how to treat them, all the ins and outs that I learned, mistakes that I learned, that I became a guy who polished it so well that it was so fluid that, my God, at the end of the 4 days, I will say to you, now you've just become a healer. You are now a healer. You're working on clients. You're bringing them in and out. You know how to do it. So you can do it anywhere. You can open your own academy. You can open your own healing center. You can do anything, because in them 4 days, I promise you, you will have the tools to do it. And what we do also is we try and the word try is something that is trying in itself. So it's not trying or trying, but what we try to do, trying, what we hope to accomplish is that you become stronger than your brain that tries to bring fear into you, that tells you you're not good enough, you're not worthy, and that you're not a healer. And that is predominantly the most powerful thing about the 4 days. After 4 days, you realize you are a healer, and you're a bloody good one, and you can heal anybody at any time. So it's like going away, learning first aid, and coming back again, sitting down, saying, right, what are you going to do with it? Well, it's always there for the rest of your life. It's like riding a bike. Once you've learned it, you've got it for good. So it's not just about becoming a practitioner, because many people who take the 4-day course don't do it to become a practitioner. They do it just to learn and to embrace something new in their life. So it's valid in so many ways. It's powerful in so many ways. It's life changing. We had Yanni here yesterday who took part in, and I've got to say, I never said anything to him, but he was a natural healer in the sense that he just embraced it. But then he told us and mentioned it that he was already doing Reiki. So kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. What's the difference between Reiki and pure energy healing? I don't really know, because I've never studied Reiki. All I can tell you is that we have many Reiki masters who come here to learn pure energy healing. And they always say that this was the final jigsaw piece that all made sense. And I'd say, good, whatever you've got from it, good. Are you happy? Yeah, happy. I'm ready to go. I've got a new energy. I've got a new understanding. Okay, well, that's good. That I don't need to know anymore. So when people ask me what's the difference, is Reiki more powerful? I don't believe in that kind of thing. Nobody's more powerful than anybody. If you do a healing session, you might do one healing session. If you're feeling great and wonderful, you give that healing session, and it's just incredible energy. And then it might be the next client might not be as that incredible energy, depending on how you're feeling, your energy, where you're channeling, where you're pulling the energy from, where is it, is it coming from your heart, which these are the things that we try and share with people. Certain things work and certain things work even better, so that at the end of your practice, you're feeling strong and powerful without worry or fear or exhausted, so all these things are what I've learned over the years. So I ended up meeting somebody called Layla Sati, and if you look on the website, you'll see that I'm doing a healing on her, because I've got the website up right now. It's really lovely now. We've changed it slightly. It's chocolate brown, and then the gold lettering of Pure Energy Healing Academy, and the logo, which is of the tree, which was painted for me by an amazing artist who was a once Buddhist monk, and every leaf is a chant. So that is really powerful. And it kind of looks like the tree of life. And I believe trees are vitally important in the pure energy healing practice. So find a tree. Like, all these things are in the course that help you to, find your true path, your journey, who you are, your power, all these things. But I wanted to talk about the Pure Energy Healing Academy because I don't often talk about it. I'll just say, hi, everybody, welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Nobody really knows anything other than that. So it'd be nice to talk about it today. So the Pure Energy Healing Academy became stepped up to a different level in the sense of when everybody was imprisoned in their home. Myself and Layla Satie we drove to a place where it still wasn't locked down. Went in the mobile home, and it was called Slovenia. And we were high in the mountains, and we found a hotel, and we invited some people to come along. No masks, just, as you are, none of that nonsense. Because back then, if you'd have said that, everybody would have cursed and screamed. Even now, you look at them and say, well, have you seen what masks do? Nothing. They're a lie. They were a lie from the first moment, right? But they would still be angry with back then. If it happened again, they'd be angry with you again. This is the programming. But there are some people out there who didn't buy into it and realized it was nonsense. So we invited those people to take part in this special 4-day event. And that 4-day event for me was so important because I always said no. I don't want to record because I don't feel it will be the same experience. And a lot of people won't do the course because they're waiting for me to do a live experience, which I don't think I'm going to do. And the reason why is because this 4-day course is so beautiful that you can get exactly the same energy in there than you can live. I know you're probably going to say no, but I'm telling you, the amount of tears, the amount of magic, the amount of people who have taken that 4-day course and then we've done a live and spoke to each other, the change of the happiness and the joy and the magic that they went through, and the healing magic that happened to their clients. It's like, did you really need to be next to me? Being here, I want to be with Mark. Being me, I'm not doing anything. You don't need to feel my energy. You can feel it through the screen when I'm talking to you. So these videos that were made in Slovenia were made by, we had two very famous film crew who had huge cameras and they worked on blockbuster movies. So these were, they were telling us the stories about who they worked with. And like, these were like pretty amazing. And we paid a lot of money to get these people there. We had a sound system. They had the sound system, a sound man. And it was, I said, and Layla Satie is a film director. So if you go to laylasatie.com, you'll see that she's an award-winning film director. In fact, she won prizes in is it Cannes and stuff like that. So she's amazing at directing. So she asked me what would be the perfect thing if we did it on camera, and I said the way I see it is, I want the person who takes the course to sit there, click a button, and then feel as if they're sat with the other people around them. So you feel like you're there, and Mark and Layla are talking, or Mark's talking, or Layla's talking, and then we get up and we start doing healing sessions, or we start working with crystals or oils or whatever we're doing. But it feels like we're there. We're actually there. And so that process took months. So once we'd done the initial filming of those 4 days, now the hard part comes. So Layla, and that's her job was to then go into a booth, a small place in front of another editor, and they sat for, I think it was 3 weeks. 3 weeks every day from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock. This is the amount of energy needed to do this. So you can imagine the sound, working with the shots, because you've got two cameramen, which looking at two cameras, which one are we going to use? Can you imagine? And then, okay, that's right, cut there, do this. And then now you've got videos of this section. You've got videos of this section. You've got videos. So every day you've got videos to click onto. So once that was all done, we did a test and we put it out there. And I think we had about, I don't know, between 50 and 100, might have been more 100, 108, could have been 108 people take the first course. And it was overwhelming. I got up and I said to Layla, I think this is the best course in the world. And she said, I think so too. And Layla's done hundreds of courses over the years. And I'm talking online. So I was so proud of that. So we're going to go through the course details here. So if anybody's got at the side of them the Pure Energy Healing Academy, and it's the website is on there. If you go to register, you'll see at the top special limited time offer, sliding scale. Yay! I know how hard it is to make money. I know how hard it is to have money in this world. So thank you, sliding scale. So this comes with live sessions. So myself, and if Layla Satie is here, then she will be here with me, or she'll be in another country, and we all come together on either Zoom or StreamYard, whatever platform we have. So we all come together. So the next live session is for the Pure Energy Healing course. Okay, so that's the live session. This is the first one we're doing for a while now. So it's October. So you've got time to save. It's the 6th of October, 7th of October, 8th of October. So is it a 3-day, 6, 7, 8? I thought it was a 4-day course. Am I going crazy or something? That's weird. Maybe I'm going cuckoo. I thought it was a 4-day course. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is. Normally starts on a Thursday. So why does it stop at 8th? Oh, I'm a bit lost. Maybe that's just a mistake. I've got dyslexia. So I'll have to have a word with the girls. But anyway, the 6th of October is when it starts. So what does it entail? Well, if you scroll down, you'll see that there is below. Well, we'll read it, shall we? Basically, let me read it from start to finish. All at present, we are offering a sliding scale for the Pure Energy Healing and the Pure Energy Healing Crystal course. Right. So the crystal, don't make the mistake here. The Crystal Healing course has a sliding scale, but it's not live event with myself and Layla Satie. Please select the tuition that best reflects your financial situation, so that we can make the courses available to more people. If you register for the course between now and October the 5th, you will be able to join in the live sessions with Mark Bajerski and Layla Satie on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, right. I get it. Right. So the course is 4 days, but the live sessions are on the 3 days. Okay. So it's 3-day live sessions. These live sessions, because I guess the course must be on the 5th. Because the first day, you don't really need the live session, but the next day, yes, that's when we really start talking about it. Makes sense. Silly me. These live sessions are a bonus Q&A style, which basically means that you guys just say what you feel. Hi, Mark. I've had a brilliant 2 days. I can't believe what's happening. I've done this, I've done that. Normally it comes out, normally what happens is there's joy and there's like excitement that like, I need to tell you this. And then you tell us a story and like, wow, amazing. So that's, and this happened. And can you explain why that happened? And we're sat here saying, this is what we feel happened. This is, oh my God, that makes sense. So we're validating things that you're doing, just like my first mentor validated things that I was doing and I didn't know what I was doing. So I think that's a lovely add-on. If you register, okay, I've done that. These live sessions are a bonus. I've said that already. Style live video sessions for the new healers who have completed or have enrolled in one of the certified courses. Huh? Oh, so if you are already a pure energy healer, you can jump on the lives and listen to the new people and maybe interact with them and have a chat with them, saying, hey guys, yes, I know what you went through there. This is my experience. So we're asking for some of the practitioners who have been working for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, to hop on if they have time and to interact, which is lovely. These live sessions are a bonus, right? And enroll in one of the certificate courses. You have 2 weeks to complete the course. So before it was 4 days, no 2 weeks. You do it in 4 days like I am. I'm sat here with you answering your questions because I can talk about that later. But I'm here for 4 days. I would, please God, if you're going to do it, take 4 days off. Tell your family, tell your friends. I'll be calling you if I need you to come for a healing session. Are you available? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Like, let me write your name down. So I'll let you know when I need you to come and lie down. So get yourself borrow a healing bed, a massage bed, or use your couch if you can afford one and to hire one, or find somebody who's got one, put it online. Hey guys, anybody got a massage table I can borrow for 4 days? So that's what I would suggest, right? Get your crystals ready, get your room ready, get your computer ready, and enjoy the 4 days. So it says here you've got 2 weeks to complete the course. That kind of makes sense because sometimes if there's unforeseen circumstances, at least it's open for 2 weeks. The reason why we've done that is because we want you to do it. If we said to you, oh, it's open for a year, you're going to say, I'll do it next week. No, you're going to do it all now because this is the most powerful 4 days of your life. Embrace it. Stop getting distracted all the time. Tell people, say, I've never asked you for anything, but please leave me alone for 4 days. Respect my 4 days. Tell the kids, look at if your husband there, or your wife, just say, I need these 4 days. I need to be fully embraced in these 4 days. So I'm not thinking about anything else. Perfect. So then it says, please visit the online course link for description course. Okay, so I'm now going to just tell you, like the course used to be €1,000. Now we put it down to 550. But also there's a sliding scale. And that sliding scale now is 385. And then it goes down to 275. Now, my tarot course for 10 hours, and it's pretty crude, is more expensive than the pure energy healing course if you take it at 275. A lot of people actually pay 550 out of love and respect and realize that it's worth it, and that kind of makes us cry, makes us realize that how much people respect and appreciate what we've done. But we do understand some people just can't afford. It's just, and I get it. So that's why we try and put it down. But there's also an exchange of energy. And that exchange of energy is what we've put into it. The love, the time, the effort. And we found that if you give people things, they don't appreciate it the same. So at 275, if you can't afford, You're going to work hard now till October to be able to afford it. And when you afford it, you're already invested in it. When you've worked and put 50 quid to a side and say, right, I've got the money, I'm going to do it, you are invested in it. So you are not going to make this course not feel good. You are not going to waste your energy thinking anything negative. You have invested in that course, €275. So you're going to damn well work hard at this course and make it. So that's the investment. So your investment is working hard to create. It's easy to give people a course free of charge. Anybody can. But do people really embrace it? I can tell you through experience, they don't. And people offer me things all the time. And I say to them, and this is the truth, no, let me pay for it. Why? Because I've invested in it. I have put something into it. So I think it's brilliant. So click on to, it says, how do online courses work? And it basically talks about our online program is meant to be done either as a 4-day intensive training, like our live courses at the academy, or at your own pace. I would take that last bit out and say, no, it's not at your own pace. But if you are struggling, don't worry. It's no problem. There are people that said, look, I just can't get the time off to do that day. So can I do it another day? No problem. You've got 2 weeks. Videos will be released in a constructive order. So basically means that once you've watched that video, there's the button changes color. So you have to watch the whole of the video and wait till it goes to the very end. You can't stop midway and skip on what allow you. You've got to go all the way and you've got to press play and let it play. If you go back or forward, won't you have to go start again. You have to start again. So there's no cheating. You've got to do this right. And we did this on purpose. So you press play and you watch it and you don't touch it until it finishes. And then the button changes color. And then when you click that, the next video comes. Oh, it didn't let me click on. That's because you didn't watch it till the end and you didn't watch it all. So I think that's pretty cool. Once you have completed one module, you can move on to the next one. There is time for your practical and experiential part of the course, which is the most valuable part of the course. This is when you get to practice what you've learned. I mean, that really is, for me, everything. Like getting the room ready. I mean, I actually like to do it myself. Get the room ready. Call one of your members of family to come in. The music's all set up for you because it's all on. You don't need to do anything. Everything's done. It's basically right. What's that? What are them books called? Like Healing for Dummies. That's me. So it's all there. It's easy. You can be 80 years old and do the course. We've had people at 82 do the course online and said it was brilliant. So it's really easy. So yeah, I get that. I love the hands-on. So your instructors, Mark Bajerski and Layla City. I think maybe I should stop there and let you look at the site. When you scroll down to the bottom, it says testimonials are beautiful. Let's just look at the testimonials. Oh, they're too long. They're too long. Flipping heck. Wow, they're long testimonials. There's a short one there. A lot of things can be said. A lot more felt. Nice. Pure transformational experience. Thank you all. You're most welcome. Absolutely amazing. This course has been life-changing. Normally people say that. Normally, that's why I said it. Normally people say, like when you have a healing session, right? Normally after a healing session, people say, I feel inner peace. I can't explain it. After the Pure Energy Healing course, people say it's life-changing, or it was like magic. So you're going to get a lot of the same feedback. I can't put into words the beauty I feel inside my body and mind. The course has been like no other I have taken before. Thank you so much. I can't thank you both enough for your energy, time, and your kindness, Anna. Thanks, Anna. There's a lot of like, there's a smaller one here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving knowing I don't want to do anything else. Yeah, get that completely. That's exactly how I felt when I did my first healing session. I like, now I know what I want to do. Now I know what I want to do. So there's a lot. I actually knew nothing about. Oh, that is that tarot. It's about tarot lessons. Anyway, so um, at the bottom, guys, if you see, it says register courses. When you click on courses, it says online courses, pure energy healing course. Let's click on pure energy healing course. So pure energy healing course basically gives you an overall guidance to what we do in the course. So it's all the write up is there. So if you scroll down, you'll see course outline. That's the important bit. Course outline. So day one, intense and guided teaching on self-healing. The first vital step towards becoming a pure energy healing, cutting the cords of any negativeness and clearing away issues. We leave the participant fully energized and open to a much deeper spiritual connection. So basically, what that means is it's vital that we help you raise your frequency from the mind to the consciousness, and that's what happens with the techniques and the things that we do through that day. So in introduction into pure energy healing, a uniquely effective channel where deep healing occurs, clearing and cleansing, breaking down walls and barriers and removing negative beliefs. Well, I'm afraid it's true. We've got to get rid of them beliefs. We've got to unlearn. Self-healing, enabling spiritual connection to allow deeper self-healing to occur. It's important that we connect to spirit. So these are the things that we try and embrace and feel. So that's day one. Day one is also all about the tools that we work with. Fantastic, actually. Learning all about the tools, the oils, the incense, the everything, feathers, all the things, and some surprises as well, which are really fun. The course itself is actually quite fun. It's quite enjoyable. It really is quite enjoyable. I laugh a lot through the course. I have a joke and I make a lot of jokes. The Yorkshire jokes, you might not laugh depending on where you are in the world, but we keep it light-hearted. But then when we do the work, we like me, I can be upset about stuff in the world and I hate everything and I'm sad about everything. Get me in a healing room and that disappears. I become a healer. Nothing else matters. I tune into this and you'll see a different Mark. I'm not the same Mark. Same if I'm doing psychic readings or working with tarot cards. I'm a different person completely. That and a lot of people want me to be that person all the time, but it's hard for me to be that person all the time. And I say to people, you've got to be yourself sometimes. You've got to, if you're always connecting to the spirit world, what's the point of being here? We have to live the earthly life that we do and experience it. And you can't experience life if you don't experience it. So the suffering that we go through is called the experience. And a lot of people say, oh, stop. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But this is the life that I chose, or did I? Day two, prepares participants for the practice of healing others. Yeah. So basically, it's like, okay, let's get on with it. Let's do it. Understanding how energy works, vital. How to attune to those energies and how to work with them reveals a powerful new way for each participant to help themselves and to help heal others in overcoming painful challenges. And that is absolutely no truer word said. It absolutely does. And it's amazing once you start the healing and you realize, wow, this works. Um, Intensive learning and understanding on working with different energies, allowing for an open flow of pure energy. You can't actually allow for an open flow if you don't know how to open. So there's a lot of teaching, there's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of understanding of how to open. And it's very, very difficult to explain unless you're actually stood up and you're doing it and you're sharing what you're sharing and like, oh, right, now I get it. Now I understand. And it's almost like when that revelation hits you, you become the vessel. It's incredible, really. Um, Developing healing intuition and recognizing where healing is most needed. That is also beautiful. When you learn to target a certain place that is affected by deep trauma and deep rooted issue, and you are healing that away, there's no words. The feeling that you get, the feelings, that physical feelings, the emotional feelings, it's just incredible. Identifying the most powerful connecting points for channeling healing energy. Again, there are so many different energy places that you can draw energy from. So this is in the course and it teaches you. And what happens is it's a natural thing. And then you get to find out what you're channeling, where you're channeling it from, what this energy is, where you're channeling this energy from. And once you get these things, once you embrace them, it's just like, okay, now I get it. So day two, oh, sorry, day three, overview on tools of divination that aid in deep healing. Yeah, we start working with tools. The day will focus heavily on intense and practical one-on-one healing sessions. A gentle and safe environment will be provided, which it is. You don't have to worry about anything. It's so self explained that it's like, oh my God, this is just so easy. And it is, it really is. Um, Hands on healing sessions, which the word hands on doesn't actually mean hands on, it just means it's an expression. And we explain that this is kind of like how we do it, but go with the flow and see how it feels for you. um, and that's good, giving you the confidence and the courage to listen to yourself, which most people don't want you to. They want you to listen to them, and they want you to only do what they do. That's not pure energy healing to me. So Mark will be guiding each participant as they work. So you imagine that the screen's there. I'm looking at you. You're sit there looking at me, and then you can stand up and then get the bed ready, get everything ready, and then after the video, you're all set to go. You've got all the tools, you've got all the information, and you just need the music. So you click on the button, and then the music comes on. So the music lasts for the time that you do the healing session. It's absolutely perfect. So you'll enjoy doing these healing sessions. I know you will. You'll love it. Um, yeah. Day three talks about greeting your clients, which is vital to know that. Connecting to his or her energy to facilitate the powerful energy flow. Again, that's very natural, and you'll understand that while you're doing it. It's beautiful. Connecting to somebody's soul to soul. It's beautiful. Attunement to spirit to facilitate a channeled energy of pure healing. Again, that can only be understood when you're working. Mark will provide guidance throughout the healing sessions. So it's beautiful. That's day three's. I love day three. Day four is a sad day for everybody. I've got to say. It's like, I can't believe it's over. I don't want it to be over, right? That's normally what I remember of day 4. Day 4, working with pure energy healing practitioners, recommending how to continue the practice of pure energy healing. Vital. The one thing that was missing was how to help people move forward from that moment, and giving guidance of where they're going to go, the confidence to go, how to go, and how to prepare themselves when they go out in the big wide world. Basically, what next? Participants will receive practical advice and guidance on how to begin life working as a pure energy healing practitioner. I've learned that the hard way. So I give you everything that I've learned so it becomes much easier. How to stay humble. Oh my God. How can we give that to somebody? Well, I think when you respect somebody a lot, and you kind of like what they do, you want to, it's not like you don't want to disappoint them. You don't want to let them down. Well, when you get to know yourself as a pure energy healer, guess what? You don't want to let yourself down. You want to love your clients. You want to make them feel great. You don't want to let them down. And the way you let them down is by bringing ego into it and fear, right? So you don't want to let them down. So you want to stay humble. And if you have ego doing pure energy healing, you're not doing pure energy healing. Ego should be out of the window. Stay humble. Stay, but don't go into that fear energy. So you've got to have confidence, but confidence comes with trust. If you're overconfident and you're saying it, then there's something wrong. Confidence comes with just knowing, and so we talk about this anyway. It's a fascinating subject. Stay humble, grow confident in one's intuition and healing abilities, and how I got to say that all of these things come naturally, and how to keep ego out of the way. Totally. Once you understand ego, you can keep it out of the way. Working as a pure energy healing practitioner, key secrets, highs and lows, what to expect, practical tools and guidance to overcoming obstacles, course schedule to give you an idea of how you can structure your course schedule if you wish to do it as a 4-day intensive course. You can refer to the schedule. So you then click on the schedule, and the schedule takes you to the schedule days. So pure energy healing course schedule, focused action creates momentum. Isn't this beautiful? I think this is just bloody beautiful. The schedule will give you an overall flow of the course. If you choose to do it as an intensive 4-day course, yes, you do. You've got enough time. You've got 8 weeks to say, yes, I'm doing this. This will be a great tool to help you schedule your day and your pure energy healing sessions. Our live courses take place Thursday to Sunday, 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. So if you scroll, you'll see day 1, introduction into pure energy healing, day 2. And then day 1, if you look down, it gives you 1 hour. It says sessions, introduction to the tools, 1 hour and 37 minutes, 1 hour break. Session 2, free feeling energy, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 10 minutes break. Session 3, the path of healing, pure energy healing, 1 hour. So you've got a breakdown of the videos and your dinner hour. It's great. So day 2, a little bit more intense. Day 2, your first video is 53 minutes. You have a 10-minute break, go for a nice drink. Then, it's exciting. I think I like to do it again. Click on session 2, guided pure energy healing session. So now it's time to do your first session. That's 1 hour and 20 minutes. Then you have an hour break. And then session 3, click on that. What happens during pure energy healing session? That's 58 minutes. Brilliant. Then next is session 4, schedule client for another pure energy healing. So you've got 2 there. And then you've got a 15-minute break, and then you've got your third client. So you've got 3 clients in day 2. So you need 3 of your family, 3 of your friends in day 2. And then session 5, Pure Energy Healing Experience, 45 minutes. That's a video like I'm talking and Leila Sati's talking. And that ends the day. And then we come on live. We jump on the live and we all have a chat about how amazing and what just happened, right? And then day 2, the simplicity of Pure Energy Healing. That's a video that lasts for an hour. After you've watched that, session 2, which is a scheduled healing session with the clients. That's for 1 hour. Session 3, connect to the spirit world. That lasts 22 minutes. And then you have a 1 hour dinner break. Go and have your dinner, enjoy it, and then come back. So your next client comes. So that's scheduled client after your dinner break. That's 1 hour. Then session 4, balance in life and pure energy healing, 43 minutes. And then you've got a scheduled healing session. So you've got 1, 2, 3 healing sessions on day 3. The last part of that day, which probably is 4 or 5 o'clock, session 5, the practice of pure energy healing, lasts for 6 minutes. So then you jump online again and, oh, how's your day been today? Oh my God. And then the final day, day 4, session, spirit in denial, 16 minutes. Then after that, you've got your first client. After that 1 hour client, you've got session 2, how to transition into a career as a pure energy healer. That's 8 minutes. Then after that, you've got a self-healing for 10 minutes. So that's how to self-heal within yourself. Then you get a break for an hour. Then you come back. And then your session 3 is how to do distance healing. That's a 13-minute video. And then session 3, a distance healing session for 1 hour. Then you have a break, a 15-minute break. Session 4, how to heal animals, 37 minutes. Then session 5, the final session. I don't want it to end. Session 5 is completion and initiation. My favorite bit. Initiation is beautiful. And that's it. So guys, if you want to enroll and be part of the pure energy healing practitioners worldwide, then the course is now open. And there's a sliding scale. So I think we've like covered nearly everything. How do you do the online course? There is a page that says, how do you do the online course? It gives you all the information. Scroll down and read. Okay. So this website, if you read it correctly and click on all the links, it gives you the information to say, okay, I'm ready for it. Now, some people won't be ready for it. Like 5 years ago, somebody wasn't ready for it, and now they are ready for it. So I don't push, I don't force. I believe that the right people will come on this course, whether it's one person or whether it's 50 people. I don't know. It might even be 100. It might be 300. I don't know. But what I do know is this, that the right people will always be guided to it. So when I make these videos, a lot of the times I make these videos because there are so many questions asked, but all it takes is to go onto the website and just take a little bit of time and scroll and enjoy yourself. Get a coffee, get a juice, and scroll and read and see what it feels like. And for me, the Pure Energy Healing course is like a crystal. You're either going to feel drawn to it or you're not. And there's no reason why you think, oh, why aren't I drawn to it? It's because you're not ready for it and it's not your time. Or there might be another course that is more practical, more enjoyable. Spirit always knows and leads you to the right place. But this is my course. This is my life. This is my experience. And what I've put into this course is my heart and soul. And Leila Sati, who is also a pure energy healer, and she's also a teacher in the Pure Energy Healing Academy, she put her heart and soul into it. So with the grace, the amazing ability of seeing how to create this online amazing video course with live interaction, I think is a beautiful thing. So that's why I make this video today. I'm now going to switch that off, and I'm now going to come to you guys. I'm sorry that I haven't spoke, but now I'm here. Can I ask, has anybody here at all taken the Pure Energy Healing course? And is there anything that you might want to add on here that maybe that somebody will say, okay, this feels really good? There's not only just Mark saying it, but there's also guys and girls, beautiful souls here who have done the course, and that they can say it was a beautiful experience, or this is what I experienced. I'm not telling you to say anything good. I'm just saying to share your experience. So yeah, if you would, that would be lovely. Anything that you felt that you got from it, anything. I mean, I'm also, guys, there's so many testimonials. Read the testimonials. That gives you an idea of what people felt afterwards. So yeah, I'll link the Pure Energy Healing Academy, Pure Energy Healing course live events link underneath here when I've finished. So you can click on it and then take a look yourself. And if you're interested in joining myself and Layla Sati on the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th of October, then yeah, to me, that's my dream come true, because every time people become a pure energy healer, I know that not only do you heal yourself from there on, and you're on your spiritual path of being able to work on yourself more with the tools, but also that you're able to heal your family and friends. And we're just a little bit more of a brighter spark in the world. That's my understanding of it anyway. Some people embrace it, some people don't. Some people take it and say, you know what, I loved it. I really enjoyed them 4 days, but I've moved in a different direction. Nothing wrong with that. I've done many things in my life that I've done and thought, oh, but then I've gone in a different direction. But I always say, well, if it wasn't going there to go to there, to go to there, to go to there, I would have never got to there. So a lot of the times the Pure Energy Healing course helps you get to where you're going. That's how I see it. So somebody's Angel Hippie City Healing. I could do the course 100 times and would learn something new. So you've done the course. I've been doing it for years now. Wow, amazing, amazing. You and I already done a couple of Reiki courses. Oh, very good, excellent, excellent. All courses are good, by the way. Don't ever stop doing courses if you feel other courses, because you're learning different modalities, and then you use the best out of all modalities. You learn from everything. Mark is going to do a sound healing in partner with a guest. I think I did that. Sorry, I did that. Yeah, I did that this morning. That's live. Grace. Anyone know the time zone for the 4 day course? Oh, that's a good question. Um, the time, it's written down somewhere. I can't remember, but it's written down somewhere, and it's the best time zone for everybody. So I think it's a good time zone. But just so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You start at 10 o'clock in the morning and you finish at 5. That's it. And what you're talking about is the live connection with me and Layla Sati. That's what you need to know when them times are. So yeah, I think if you look on the website, you'll see. And if not, then send a message to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. They'll give you all that information. Anything else? The Pure Energy Healing community and the heart-based guidance of Mark and Layla was invaluable. Thank you so much, Dr. Sandra. Very kind. It's nice. Mark, do you do in person? No more. I don't do that anymore. It's all online. We've put our heart and soul into it. I'm happy to be there and to talk to you through it. Yes. That's a great question, Holly. What energy? The only thing I could, nobody ever really taught me this. Nobody ever really told me you've got to get this energy and that energy. It was just a natural feeling of connecting to something that was, I consider to be pure. Some people call it white light. Some people call it spirit. Some people call it Mother Earth. There's so many different energies that we work with, and they're all subtle. The one thing that I always used to say, I don't know why I said it, but I always said it. Whenever I was doing heavy rituals, I always used to say to people, and we sit down together and they were all around, it might be 20 people, it might be 50 people. And I always used to say to people, I only work with light. I only work with love. That's it. I don't work with, I've met many people who work with dark energy, worked in the dark energy, worked through the dark energy to pull people out of dark energy. That's not my work. I don't want to do that. There was many a times my first mentor wanted me to do things that I just said, no, not interested, not interested. And the reason why, I just wanted to stay as clean, as pure as possible. And when I do the work, I only invite, like I work with my mum and another lady at the side of her. That other lady at the side of her actually ended up, when I first saw that photo, I'm like, I know this lady. And she works alongside my mum. So a lot of the times, my mum's energy comes forward. Now, if you want to know who my mum is, my mum had 4 jobs and she had 4 kids and she had an abusive husband. But she worked them 4 jobs and she had a smile on her face. I can tell you that I never heard my mum say a bad word about anybody. She was hit in her face with a ball once, and somebody did it on purpose, kicked the ball at her face, and it hit her face, and she smiled, and she said, "It's okay, it's all right." And then she continued walking, and I looked at her, and I was really ready to cry, and all the boys were laughing. And I said, "Are you okay, Mum?" She said, "Yeah, it's fine, it's okay." She was I never saw her angry. I saw her cry. When she died of cancer, stomach cancer, we got out of the hearse, the black hearse, with my dad, just me and my dad, and we were at St. Patrick's Church in Huddersfield. And I couldn't understand it because the hearse in front was my mum's casket, and they lifted it out. And I said to my dad, "Why is everybody out? Why is everybody outside? Why aren't they inside?" And for some reason, I thought that's a bit rude. Why are they all outside talking? Shouldn't they all go inside? So my dad told me to shut up. And we walked past everybody, and everybody was touching my head. I was 12 years old. They were touching my head, and, "You okay, Mark? Everything's okay. Good, brave lad." And we went into the church, and the church is massive. Well, I went into the church, and now I know why they didn't go inside. The church was full. And when I say that you could get maybe 1,000 people in there. So my mum worked as a cleaner at the hospital. She worked at Flamingo restaurant. She worked at washing the dishes. A dinner lady at the hospital. She worked at. She looked after Auntie Goethe, this lovely old lady. She used to go to her house and just take care of her. And she also worked at Mamma Mia, Pizzeria Mamma Mia, Solomia Pizzeria. So, and that's the person that she was. And yeah, not a bad word was ever said about her. So that's who I work with. So I believe I work alongside my mum. That's the energy that I work with. That's my energy. But when you start to do the healing work, there's something profound happen, and I am not in charge of that. I have no command in it. I have no say in it. But when you start to do the healing work as a pure energy healer, what happens is there is a kind of energy that comes through that This is this penny drop moment that can happen. Not always, but can happen. Mark, I felt so-and-so who's here helping me heal. Okay, good. Brilliant. There was a Native American next to me working with me. Good. Is it good? It's beautiful. Good. I encourage whoever comes forward to help heal. It could be the family member. So, oh, Mark, I was doing the healing session and I felt that this lady or this man's grandma or brother or child was here. Okay, good. How's the healing session? Because at the end of the day, all of this is just talk. Okay, it's just talk. What really, really matters, and this is what I try and get into everybody's head, all of that stuff is irrelevant. What matters is when the client gets up and she looks at you with no words, just a new energy, a new love, a new beginning. And they may say a few words like, oh my God, I feel like I've never felt this before. And they might tell you what happened to them. They might talk about it and they might go away and then ring you back. And there's so many beautiful things that happen after a healing session. You can't really make it up. You can't make it up. It's phenomenal. And the things that heal within them, what they heal within themselves, because they healed themselves. All you were was a vessel. You are a conductor for this natural healing to take place. And it's very hard for people to heal without that energy and that frequency. So as a healer, you create that energy and frequency in a room. And that's why sometimes, just sometimes, you can be doing a healing session. All of a sudden, you can move away from your client and start working somewhere else. And then afterwards, your client will wake up and say, there was 2 people in this room. And you'll say, no, I was on my own. No, there was 2 people here. You were working on my feet or you were working on mine and somebody was down there. And I realized that that's the spirit world. And the spirit world comes when you create a good energy in a room and you then start to work in that healing energy. And that healing energy expands from you and you can walk away from that, but that healing energy is still there. And the spirit world, for some reason, if the room's in good energy, can come in or vibrate into that frequency and come into your energy that you've just created and moved away from. And then they can work in that energy to give healing in a way that cannot be done from day to day like this. So people will say to me, well, can spirit heal me without this? I believe they can if you start to work on yourself to create that very energy. So I'll give you a great example. I sometimes do lives on here when I'm feeling really strong. And I say, okay, guys, I'm doing a healing session tonight. I look at myself and ask myself, are you well enough to do a healing session? Because sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm in a bad place. I'm angry. I'm upset with life. So I'm not going to do a healing session. But if I'm in a happy place, I'm saying, I'm going to do a healing session today. And I felt great today. And I did one today with Cecilia, beautiful Peruvian lady who works with singing bowls. And I was giving healing. It was only for a short moment, but I was in a good space. So it made sense. When I am giving healing through the screen, right, I'm blasting an energy within you. I am asking spirit to come through, but spirit can only come and touch you when the energy around you allows spirit to come into that energy field. So my work, whenever I do circles, when I do rituals, when I do healing sessions, the most important thing is to try and get the energy high in that room. So then the higher it goes, the more of a chance the spirit world can vibrate into that frequency. And then you've got this beautiful partnership of spirit world working alongside you and you're working alongside spirit. And what could be more beautiful than connecting to the spirit world working together? And that's the best answer I can give you. I don't work with archangels. I don't work with guides. I don't work with the violet flame. I am open to anything as long as it's pure love and light. That's it. So anything can happen. And everything does happen. So people will say, oh my God, I felt this guide, or they'll get up and say, oh my God, there was Archangel Michael here. And like, okay, that's beautiful. But it's not about me. It's not about me trying to, feel who it is. It's about healing my client. And I try and wake people up from that because there's so many people who want to know everything now. And I want to feel everything now. Hang on. Why are you healing? Is this about you? Or isn't it about the person that's been brought by the spirit world to you to have a healing session through you, so that you participate in something so divine that please don't get lost in this idea that you need to know everything. You ask me what I know, I don't know much. But I do know this, that my clients over the years used to tell 10 people or 20 people after a healing session, my God, well, what did you say? You didn't say anything. And I would rather be in that space now. If I was a healer again, I'd do the same thing. You think I'd be telling people, oh, you had dark energy there and you've got this bad thing. Oh, and there's entities and there's this and that and all over you and you have to come 10 times. And then the client goes out and sits down with a friend and said, what happened? Jesus Christ, he said that I've got entities, I've got this bad thing. And like, oh, Jesus Christ, see, I'm off. Or how about you sit down after a healing session and go, what happened? I don't know. I feel so different. I feel inner peace. Well, what did he say? Nothing. Well, what happened? Well, I felt this, I felt that. I'm going. Let the healing session speak for itself. Doesn't that make sense? That's what we teach. So I don't want to go on too long, but I am very much appreciated that you're here, 94 people. Thank you. It's 1 hour, 16 minutes. I did make a promise to the staff and the Pure Energy Healing Academy and everybody who's on board who worked very hard at the Pure Energy Healing Academy, including, don't let me forget, Leila Sati, who spends a lot of time, as well as the staff that work there full time, answering questions. I promised I would make a video for the first time. I haven't done this before. I made a video, and this is to introduce you to Pure Energy Healing, and maybe it may be the first day of the rest of your life that you decide to do it. It's a sliding scale, so it's affordable now, and there's no excuse other than whether your mind tells you you're not good enough, or you are your healer or you are your killer. So you won't kill yourself easy. We can all do that. We can all kill ourselves. We can all slowly eat away and say bad things and say, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I can't afford. I can't. Or we can say, I'm doing this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, guys. And the spirit will say, okay, we're going to help you do it. And they'll help you do it. And they'll make it happen. One way or another, it'll happen. And then you embrace the course and there you go. That's it. It's not a sales pitch. It's truth. I don't need to sell it. I don't need to sell it. I don't need to sell this. But I do get a lot of messages from the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Please share some stuff. Okay, I'll do that. So that's what I've done today. I've honored my, I did say I'd do it. So I've honored it. So that's it, guys. I'm wishing you all a lovely evening. Don't want to keep you here too long, but I'm wishing you all a lovely day. So maybe I will see you in October, and good luck. Thank you so much. Love you all. Stay amazing. And remember, there are 2,300 videos on markbajerski.com. Don't be upset if you think you can't ever afford it, because there is a lot of information on them 2,000 some videos that you can skip and look around, and you'll get a lot of information and a lot of healing sessions there that will help. So this is just another level of 4-day intense magic. That's what I call it. All right, guys, take care. Bye. Ciao, ciao. Bye, guys. Love you all. Bye.